life, they say, is a mystery. It's really deep and spiritual. It takes the ones that have this heart to do it, to survive. Hi, my name is Amami, and this is Oduan's Vibration. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. If this is your first time, I just want you to stay tuned. Listen, pay attention, and be spiritually alert. I love you. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like, give a thumbs up, and drop your comment down below. If you have a story that you want us to share, feel free. And we also give you the tips that you need to help yourself. God bless you. Thank you. Bye. Okay. She has been feeling strange things in the house, and the child has not been able to sleep. Sometimes she looks, and the fear in the house was so intense. Okay. And I told you that child, her gaze to her mom was suspicious, because her eyes are always focused. If you carry the child, her eyes are always focused on your face. She doesn't take her face out, and she hardly smiles. A baby girl. So these things has been going on. The child has refused to grow. She eats, but she has refused to grow and all those stuff. Then the last time she took the child to the hospital, the doctor said, "Madam, we need to do a brain test." Lest I forget. This baby, normally we know that babies, they do this, bringing their tongues out and all that. But this was the only sign that child was giving. Nobody took note of it. Nobody was able to detect anything. Okay? So when the doctor said that they have to do a brain test, I think they told them 300,000. And before now, they have been spending money. She by herself, there were some things that she was noticing that she said, she told doctor, she said, "Doctor, this is beyond cerebral palsy." That's what she told the doctor. She said, "Doctor, this is beyond cerebral palsy." Doctor said, "No, madam, this is their traces and everything." He said, "Doctor, this is beyond it. You carry a child, it's like a bag of rice. The skin of the child becomes scaly sometimes, and sometimes very soft and very, fragile, which is a baby. But it was beyond baby kind of skin. As babies are growing, their skin are becoming thicker. But this one, she wasn't growing. The months were reading. Her skin was still a babyish kind of skin. Her mother-in-law, she packed up her bags and they say, "Come to the village." My friend packed her bag. Before she went to the village, I have a wig that I gave to her to do for me. She was supposed to deliver that wig for me a day before she traveled. I stayed, I did not see her. I made a call, she did not pick. Her number wasn't going through. After 3 days, I saw her friend, which was also my customer, and I like, "Where is this your..." He said, "Please, you will not understand. She has traveled." I said, "What happened?" He said, "It's still this baby that they said she should bring the baby to the village." And she said that in her village, that there'll be solution. I even said, "These children, they don't usually have solution. You just have to live with them and pray that they are in good health. That's the only solution that I think, or I know, that used to happen to this kind of children." She said that let her just take the child to her village to show her in-laws. This is a lady that doesn't have parents. I said, "Oh." She said the friend told me that she said she's going to stay for just a week. No problem. So later she now sent me a message. She said, "Ma, please, you will not understand. Please, I beg you, when I come back, I am not staying long. It's just a week. Is this my baby? My baby's health is not okay." I said, "No problem. Take your time." From 1 week, she stayed for a month. A week becomes 2. 2 becomes 3. 3 becomes 4. Hey, I was even worried that my wig, I'm not a wiggy kind of person, but that wig, I really wanted to rock it. But after how many weeks, this lady got back. And she finally brought my wig. I said, what happened? How are you? She said, I'm fine. I said, thank God. But how is your baby? She said, it's a long story. I said, what do you mean by long story? She said, it's a long story. Don't worry. A time will come that we'll sit down to talk. I said, no. 3 days ago, she came to collect. Somebody wanted to do wig. So she came to my shop. They dropped the wig in my shop. And she came to collect it. So in the process, we were gisting. Life is spiritual. There was another person that came to me, confiding in me. So she sat down. We're talking. That was when the real story came out. What is the real story? So what was the real story? She told me a whole lot of stories, because right now I am just going to tell you what I had. There are some that I will not include because the story was very, very long, interesting, scary. Okay, how did it go? It was a long story. Hey, I went to the village. Hey God, my father-in-law, that child I was carrying, is only God that helped me. I say, what happened? At first, when she came back, I was like, she told me that the child has gone. I said, God will give you another one. I'm even happy for you. But may God forgive me that the whatever. She said, thank God that she's alive. She said, when she got to the village, this is it. When she got to the village, listen to this story because it's long ago. I know some people will get tired of it, but listen to it. You're learning from it so that you be careful. If you're pregnant, if you're expecting, if you're coming, life is very, very spiritual. Mind the family you go. You won't, although you will not know. Some people say, how will I know? You don't know. But this life is spiritual. She got to her village, to her husband's village. First, she said when the father-in-law saw the child for the first time, he said, that this child, that there is something about this child. They started a lot of things. First, they took her to, they recommended a place, an herbalist. She took the child. When she took the child, she said when the herbalist saw the child, the herbalist said, the man first laughed and said, my dear, you don't know what you're carrying about. This is not an ordinary. So she didn't understand what the man was talking about. They did so many things. Mind you, this is a child that doesn't grow. It doesn't look like he's eating good food. The first place, they started doing some incantation. They started doing some sacrifice. At first, they didn't tell her what was the child. But they said they are going to remove that spirit from the child and restore the child's original, spirit. They started doing some rituals and everything. They will do some kind of rituals. They'll take the rituals to to the roadside, to the river, to the everything. She said while they were doing all these rituals, do you know that this baby started getting fat? This baby started glowing, as in the baby started adding weight while they were doing all these rituals. She was wondering, is it that this baby does not like Lagos, or this baby likes this part of the world that she has subjected the mother to come and stay inside the village and doing some kind of things that she's not supposed to do? The baby started getting fat too, looking good, pretty, And it was only sucking breast. And when this baby is sucking her breast, it's quite different from when a baby is sucking breast, because she has a child before, so she knows how the first one was sucking and this one how it's sucking. That's the point that you have to pick there. So by the time I tell you, you will know that, hey, this is not ordinary. Hey, be mentally, spiritually alert. So the baby started getting fresher and fresher. She was wondering. She was happy that maybe this baby is the work that they are doing, the things that they are doing is taking effect and all that. So at a time, when the time was, when the herbalist now called her, he said, before we can do anything for you with this child, you have to join our okay, don't worry, you have to join our society. She said, what kind of society? The herbalist said, we cannot do this thing for you ordinary. You have to take an oath with us. My auntie said, no, that she cannot do that though. She came to help. She came for help. She's paying for the money that the people ask for. Just do the thing and let me go. They say no, that in this part of this thing, that's how they do. They operate their own. She packed her luggage, packed her bag, and went back to her husband's family house. The husband father said, "Shebi, I told you people that you people should go to the other place, that there's another place." They now packed their baggages again and went to another place. This place that they went to, this person is a Catholic, but you know, I would say maybe he's spiritually alert. He knows what he's doing, because they said don't be an ignorant Christian. Most times, some people, when we share tips here, they'll be like, does my religion permits me to do this? Does my religion permits me to do this? Well, we all have different faiths and different religion. You have to choose the one that is good for you. These things that we share on DIY, you know, spiritual tips and all those things, it doesn't stop you. We're not killing, we're not sharing bloods, we're not doing all those demonic things. It's just helps that we are sharing out with you. So my dear sister, this is the person that they took her to. Meanwhile, in the first place, they did not tell her the story, what is about her. So when they got to this particular one, the man, he said the baby cannot. When they got to this particular place, when the man carried the baby did not even look at this man's eye. The man would turn like this, and the baby would do like this. The man would look, the baby would do like this. He wasn't looking, and the weight was heavy. The man laughed and said, "You are too small." According to how na person story at the time, I not us today like amebo, but na person story at the time. I am not telling you this for you to just listen to it and put a depth here. That's why I said I am talking to all the pregnant women outside. If you're pregnant, there are times and times that you need to go out. There are some things that you need to take precaution for. She went to this place, the second place. Now the man started taking her memory back to all the happenings that has been happening around her, to the extent that they said, do you remember there was that you have walked on a wrong path, wrong hour, wrong timing? They said there's a day that you went out and there was a sacrifice. They were carrying out sacrifice. She was pregnant then too. Her spirit went. Her memory went back to the lane. And truly, she said yes, that there was one afternoon she wanted to go and buy something. So there's a corner, there's another route. So she took that corner. Let me just call it corner. It's a corner, you know, a shortcut. And behold, it was somebody's backyard. She saw a lady tied a white cloth and was carrying out sacrifice. That she just looked, she was pregnant though, and that hour was, she said it was around 12:01. And she just, when she passed, she just turned back again. It doesn't concern me. And she walked past and went. Do you know the spirit that was coming out of that lady? Do you know what happened? I'm not saying it's that particular one. Now they now told her, they said, there's a particular, this child. The man now told her, he said, you don't know what you have been going around with. Now I want to show you. But when I show you, you don't have to make it obvious that you know what is going on. She said, but how can she hold herself? The person said, don't worry. They'll do something that you'll still be yourself, that there will be no traces, that there will be no panic. They took the baby outside. He said, take the baby and go and give to your mother-in-law to carry outside. She sat down with her cousin inside the place. They did some incantations on this, on this, on this. Something appeared in the mirror. She said first her spirit just flew out from her body. Her cousin that was with her ran. The man said, if you people panic, it will be difficult. Do you guys know what was there? Ah, God have mercy. A big python snake with horn. That was the baby. Big python. I don't know if that's python, but there's this description that she gave me that she saw the face of the child, that there's this horn, you know, all those snakes. I thought those snakes, like maybe they used to be film trick or something, but she said this one has horn and the face was like this. I don't know if it's viper, if it's, I don't know how to describe it. Please, if you know how to describe it, you describe it, because me, I don't know that kind of snake. I thought it's only in movie that I used to see. She said her spirit just flew. They said this is what has been sucking you. And just thank your star that this child did not harm your first child. That this thing did not harm your first child. My question was, how did it get to you at first? Did they tell you? She smiled. Probably they told her and she did not tell me. The fear that gripped her. They said there's a blanket that she used to lay the child. A green, they describe it. They said that thing is like grass. That is grass. You know, snakes, they like laying on grass. It's sweet, you know. They feel comfortable, they roll on it. She said that was it. That was how that child used to be. Used to behave on that particular blanket. So now, they told her, she saw it. The fear in her. But thank God for her, they did something for her that she was not afraid. She said, Ma, I still went outside and I still breastfeed the baby because they told me not to show that there is something. She said most times then that she used to talk to the child that, why are you suffering me? Are you another? Please, what are you? Can you just tell me what kind of thing are you? Who are you? So that I can know how to relate with you. She said when she talks to the baby like that, sometimes the baby will come and just be staring at her. So that day when they told her this thing, she said when they finished everything, they did some things to give her the courage to still take care of the child. But they told her, you said you cannot live with this because you cannot bear this burden. It's too big for you. My question, I was so curious and I asked what happened. Did they kill the child? I know that's the same question you're going to ask me. So guys, if you still want to listen to this story, stay tuned for the next final episode. You will know how the child left. You will know how that child was taken away. Or let me tell you, I don't want to bore you. This thing is too long. The video is too long. But let me tell you, let me just end it. Let me just tell you. Life, they say, is a mystery. It's really deep and spiritual. It takes the ones that have this heart to do it, to survive. Hi, my name is Amami, and this is Oduan's Vibration. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. If this is your first time, I just want you to stay tuned, listen, pay attention, and be spiritually alert. I love you. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like, give a thumbs up, and drop your comment down below. If you have a story that you want us to share, feel free, and we also give you the tips that you need.